Hey everyone, Mango7Roll here. How we doing today? Welcome to another episode of Epic 7, and today we're going to clear some information out about the 4-star Moonlight system. A lot of people are saying the system is amazing and super awesome and, really, really good, and I don't think so. I think a lot of people are misunderstanding how this system is set up and what the end result means in terms of the heroes you end up attaining and the efficiency of your mystics and stuff like that, right? So to start things off with, after I talked about this yesterday in the video, a lot of people tried to correct me saying I was wrong. I, again, do not think I was wrong. We don't know for sure, but everything they've said, everything they've shown, even though the presentation honestly had like 4 or 5 mistakes in 4 slides, which is kind of not okay, especially on something as big as this. But the general idea was there. So let's try to explain to everyone how this is going to work. Again, assuming nothing changes, and I really hope something does. And yeah, let's just jump into it. So to start off with, the best way to think about this is there are 2 banners for each Mystic banner. One banner is going to have the pity counter for your 5-star summon. So this is going to be obviously the way it is now. One banner is going to be exactly like it is now and work and function exactly like it does now. When we also have a secondary banner that we can pull on with a separate pity counter that will have the 4-star as the pity. The rates are going to be the exact same between the two. There's no difference there. And the only difference is going to be, instead of a 200 pity on that pulling session for an ML5, it's 110 pity for an ML4. This means that if you summon on the regular banner and you have your ML5 pity, if you get an ML4, you're obviously not going to break the pity. And the same is for ML4 summons, just the exact opposite. If you get an ML5 towards your ML4 pity, you are not going to reset your pity. The other thing too is after you get your ML4 at 110, that resets down to 0. You have essentially not wasted, obviously, but 110 summons you just pulled do not go towards the ML5. So you essentially have to choose between the two. You don't get to choose 4-star and have those pulls still go towards a 5-star. So essentially what this is doing is allowing people to pick a 4 or a 5, right? And obviously it's less rates. You have 90 less summons to get the ML4, but still with the common, like how common 4-stars are versus 5-stars, for me personally, it's really hard for me to choose an ML4 over an ML5. Even if somebody releases like Angelica of Light, who's bonkers, I would still rather have a slightly worse ML5 or a much worse ML5 because they're so much more rare and I'm so much more likely to get Angel of Light in the future. That's just me personally. I know everybody's different. Some people would go 110 for the Angel of Light and be happy about it, but I just don't feel that way. So let's go over the other slides as well here. Next up, we have the guaranteed Moonlight summons, and this is saying able to select between the ML5 hero and ML4 hero for summoning. Counting each summon performed for heroes accumulates the summon count. So this kind of enforces what I said, where you choose one or the other. Next up, we have upon obtaining the selected hero by summon or guaranteed summon, the summon count for that hero will reset. It's the ML4 summon and successfully obtains the hero, the summon count for ML hero resets. So that's just exactly how it works now. Just replace 4-star with 5-star or 5-star with 4-star. We then have this one here. Even if successfully obtaining an ML5 hero, the summon count for ML5 heroes will not reset. So what this means is, just again to clarify, if you have selected the 4-star Moonlight summon and you get the ML5 along the way, you do not reset your pity. You also don't reset the pity on the alternative pull you're going towards that has the ML5 pity, if that makes sense. So we'll go through some examples here in a second. So we also have, this is scheduled for the first quarter of 2022 until the next edition of a new 4-star Moonlight hero. So let's actually go through this a little bit. So we have a couple options here. Let's just how should I do this here? Let's just draw a bit, right? So we are going to put in a little bit of a background for us here, just in white. Flashbang, that's too flashbangy, I'm sorry. Go something a little bit, wow. Let's go something even brighter. I'm a nerd. I can't do these bright colors. Okay, so the first thing is, let's say we have ML4 here. So this is one better. Oh my God, please end me. ML4 here. And then over here, we have ML5 default. So help me. ML5. So we have two separate banners. These banners are completely different, like I said, and these are choosable. So you're going to choose either of these two here, and whatever one you choose has that pity. So we have the 140 here, or the 110 here. And then for the other one here, oh my God, this is not the way I wanted to do this. Confirm test, yes. ML5, this is 200 here. So we have the two. We finally did it. So now let's say you pull, how many do you pull here? Let's say you select this one. So this one's selected. You've selected ML4. You do 50 pulls. And you don't get anything. You don't get anything. That's fine. You're now 50 out of 110 for this one. Now, if you want, you can switch over to this one after. So now, after you've switched, you still have 50 pulls on this one, and you switch over here. So you do 100 pulls here, and you don't get an ML5, but you do get the ML4. So you do get an ML4 from this. Gosh, this is bad. So you do get the 4, okay? Are you following? This is horrible, but you get the idea. You do get the 4. So after that, nothing resets, right? Because you didn't get the ML5 that you're currently on, and you're not on this one, so you don't reset this. And now you go back here, and let's say you do, let's say you go back here to ML4, and after you've got this going, you're 100 over here, you're 50 over here, and now you go to 110, and you get the pity. So after you do that, this one will reset back down to 0, and over here, this one stays the same, you know? Do you understand the way this works? Because a lot of people think that at 110 pulls, they're going to be getting the ML4, and then they just pull 90 more and get the ML5. That's absolutely not how it's going to work. So basically, you need to choose between the two. And this does two things for players. So number one is it's going to tie up a lot more of your mystics. If you are going for ML4s and you don't have enough for the pity, that rotation, right? That means you have that mystics locked into here. So if you put 100 pulls into ML4s and just can't quite break the pity for the rotation and it goes away, you now go into a new rotation with an ML5 you want, for example, but you're down here with 0 on your ML5s, for example, and you're sitting here on your ML4s with, you know, 100 pity just wasted, right? Which might make you miss that ML5, right? So it's a really hard situation. Honestly, like, this is so whale focused that it's insane, right? Like, this is 100% a whale thing. I personally think, and I really do think, if you are spending your let's draw a little bit. If you're spending your mystics on your ML4 pity, unless you are just in love with that character, I really think it's not the right way to go. Maybe I'm a little bit biased because I literally just don't summon ML5s outside of Mystic. So if I stop doing ML5 pulls, I just won't get ML5s anymore. So I just can't see a situation, unless they release like an Araminta ML4, you know? Like, that would allow me to pull. But outside of that, you know, ML5 all the way. So long story short with this, it's not a bad thing. I mean, it basically guarantees the whales will get everything, which kind of they were already guaranteed to get already. And it doesn't change much for most people, including dolphins. I think like dolphins are still not really going to do this unless they're feeling lucky, you know? So yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope this helped. Judging by what's on my screen right now with all my doodles, I don't think it did, but I tried my best. So have a wonderful day. Bye, everybody.